I get to see people consistently coming into my practice. Something's consistent. I can see people. I can get in front of them. It's deeper connections. I could see like the difference. I could see the impact that was happening in these people's lives. And then they'd be like leaving with like a smile on their face, or they'd be like leaving like more calm or relaxed. It was very noticeable, the shift that happened in their body, in their state. So welcome back, everybody, to another episode here. So in today's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. And so we're going to do a different format where you're going to be able to tune in to a conversation, kind of like a powwow, like a coffee chat between me and my team. But the purpose of this type of format is just to give people insight as to what's been happening in my life as of late, and where I am right now, and where we're going moving forward. So what we're creating, and then along the way, you also get to see how me and my team members we interact with each other. And if they have any questions along the way, we'll treat it also like a Q&A or anything like that. If there's questions that come up along the way that they may be interested in, or they may think that other people might be interested in, or if we have questions that are coming in from the audience. Go ahead and feel free to send those in as well, and then we can go ahead and address them on these episodes moving forward. And so we'll keep it open-ended, whether it's relating to the work that I'm currently doing, or any of the work that I've done in the past in terms of like coaching or energy work or working with the mindset. Like any events that are coming up in the future. So let's go into the episode, everyone.
Well, I have worked with you, Edmund, in the past, and I'm still working with you right now. So I think I have seen your different sides. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen you evolve. I think what you have in common in the past and now is still helping people. It's just that it's helping them in a different manner or different way of helping, right? So I'm just curious, Edmund, how did you know that the Alphabiotics is really what is meant for you at this point of time, right? If How did you know it's the right opportunity for you to be in and continue doing what you like, which is helping others like improve, whether in their business, with their health or whatever.
Like, how did I know? Well, I know that now. I know that this is the right business for me right now. I know that this is the right place for me to be at right now. Now, did I at the end of last year, beginning of this year, could I say that? No. No, heck no. I just figured that was the thing. That was the thing that was in front of me at that time when I decided to jump into it last year. When I was shadowing, when I was apprenticing, it's like I didn't know if it was for me or not. And Alphabiotics was something that I had come across starting like in 2013, and I was getting done fairly regularly for most of that period of time between like 2013 all the way to like present time, and then parts of 2017. And then I took I took a kind of like a break for a couple of years, mainly because there was, for me, I think there was just like there was a little bit of a misunderstanding on my end in terms of what that actually was, what Alphabiotics was, and how it like connected with some of the other modalities that I was trying out, or like people that I was visiting. And so at that time, I thought there was a little bit of conflict in terms of like how like how it would benefit me. And so that's kind of why I stopped doing it for a couple of years. And then like I kind of rediscovered it 2024 when I reached out to the person that was working on me. I think it was more like almost like you ever hear, it's almost like if you go through life and then you kind of have like a little nudge, or there's like an intuition or like a little voice that's almost like, oh, hey, it's like maybe you should like contact this person, or maybe you should like explore this route. It's almost like a little nudge. And so I had already been feeling that, I'd say ever since like 2023. I was feeling it a year before I even reached out to the person who was training me. But I was ignoring that voice. I was just like, it's just like whatever this little nudge is. If you can relate, there's probably some aspect in your life where like, whether it's like in like a relationship, or like in your personal life or with like health or something that you're doing where you maybe there is like a little voice in your head or there's like something in your intuition that's like kind of pulling you in a certain direction. And so for me, that's what was happening ever since 2023 to like make some sort of move or to reconnect with a past contact. And I didn't know what it was at that time. And so I ignored it. That's why I ignored it for like the first year until last year when I reconnected with the person um, who would eventually start training me and um, would allow me to actually come into his practice and to be able to shadow him like every single week and to really be able to like teach me like what it meant to be a professional and to operate like at a high level running a successful practice. And so that's something that I'm super grateful for, even up to this point. Like it's like what that individual did for me was was something that, I'm just like so thankful for. And so even at that point in time when I started training with him, it wasn't something where I was like I knew that this was like something that I wanted to do because I already knew about this modality since 2013. But it was just like, here's this guy. It's like he's taking me under his wing. He's training me. He's like, hey, I'm gonna hand this, um, I'm gonna hand this practice off to you. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna train you on how to actually run this thing, how to do the day to day, how to work with the client, how to work with the clients that come in, how to run the stuff on a day to day basis. And so for me, it was an exciting time because like, oh, hey, it's like it's a different type of mentoring, it's a different type of training, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's something that's like self-operating. I get to see people consistently coming into my practice like week after week after week, like familiar faces versus like being like kind of constricted to like a screen on the computer. And it's just like one of like a gazillion messages that might be like trying to reach a person. And then it's almost like that personal connection might not entirely be there because you're like behind a screen versus like face to face and you can touch them or you can shake their hand or you can hug them, whatever it is. That was one of the reasons why I did it at that point in time. It's like, hey, it's like, great. Something's consistent. I can see people. I can get in front of them. It's deeper connections. It's like I figured, hey, this can like supplement the existing thing that I'm doing online where they work together. But did I have the love for the hands-on work or the Alphabiotics at that time? No, I didn't. It was just like, no, it was an opportunity to be like, hey, let's see where this goes and let's see where it takes me. It wasn't until probably I'd say I started doing it more and more and more, and then started working, like kind of seeing like especially as I was working in that practice and I was shadowing, I could see like the difference. I could see the impact that was happening in these people's lives. Right, just from like a short, like few minute session. Like they come in like in some sort of discomfort or whatever challenge was happening in their life, and then they'd be like leaving with like a smile on their face, or they'd be like leaving like more calm or relaxed. And like it was very noticeable the shift that happened in their body, in their state, in their energy. And so and then it kind of evolved to where I started working with some of these people and then just being able to be like, oh hey, it's like that's what the it was like a reminder of what it was like to see people again, not just on a screen, but to see them in person. Because I had done that a lot also. I had done that a lot between 2014 and 2020 when I had my dry cleaning business. And that's all I was doing. It was just the into like the person to person interaction. I think it was just a reminder of like, oh hey, this part is fun. It's fun to interact with people in person and to see them in person. And so when I was doing the apprenticing last year and shadowing, it was just a reminder of like, oh hey, there's certain aspects of this that I miss. It's like seeing people and working with people. But the genuine love and joy of it, to answer your question, it didn't come till until this year, as I started to train more at the academy in Dallas, as I started to travel, right, travel to all these different places in the U.S., as I started to get my hands on more and more people. whether it was like family or friends or like or clients or just like random people that I met along the way. And so as I started to do that, like more and more and more and more, that's when and then as I started to receive it on myself more and more and more and more. And then that's when the shift happened for me. And then I started to develop more of a love and appreciation for it because it was almost like as I started to get exposed to more people who were doing this type of work, it was almost like their level of awareness, their level of consciousness about what this work does and what this work means to them, it started transferring over to me. It was almost like it was awakening a certain aspect of myself in terms of like, oh, hey, there's so much more depth to this type of work than I had thought previously. And that was what I started to realize this year as I started to go through more of my training and I started to get exposed to different mentors and different teachers. It's like it just started to give me a more of an awareness and more of a joy and appreciation for what this work is and what it does. With that, as I started to get my hands on more and more people and to be able to work with people, that just awoke another aspect of it that wasn't necessarily present before. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. If you have any questions or any topics that you like to see more in the future, feel free to go ahead and leave that in the comments section below.